Hello and welcome to video 2. Video 1 was all about the relationship between stress, i.e. particularly lack of sleep, and weight gain. So this video is going to be all about my tips to get a great night's sleep. But before we get into that, I'm just going to refresh your memory on the direct relationship between lack of sleep and weight gain. When your body doesn't get enough sleep, what happens is it activates your stress response, and that produces more cortisol. When your body produces more cortisol, it increases your blood sugars. When you experience increased blood sugars over time, that increases your insulin. If you're consistently producing higher amounts of insulin, then your body tends to store more fat and not release the fat that you've already got there. So it's a really no-win situation, and it probably it's less impacted by the foods that you're eating, the exercise that you're doing, and it's more impacted by the lack of sleep and the stress that you're putting your body under, because it just makes it very difficult to lose weight. So let's get into my tips to enjoy a great night's sleep. So the first one is try to go to bed at the same time every night, because that sets up a neural pathway in your brain and it helps you to get into a really good sleep routine. It's really important to try to get to bed before 10 p.m. If you're getting to bed after 10 p.m, your body does most of its recharging between 11 a.m. and 1 p.m. So it's actually a little bit more stressful to the body if you're getting to bed past 10 p.m. So aim for 10 p.m. at the latest. I actually get to bed earlier than that. The next thing is ensure that you sleep in a dark room. It's really important because that actually helps you to produce more melatonin, and melatonin is the hormone that we produce when we are sleeping, and we need to produce it so that we enjoy a sound sleep. So another important tip is ensure you have, if you can, some fresh air coming in. Fresh air contains more oxygen, and it actually improves the quality of your sleep. So I always have my window open a little bit just to let in some fresh air. Of course, if it's windy or anything like that, then I close them. But most of the time, I aim to have some fresh air coming in. Even in the winter, it's very invigorating to have that fresh air. Stale air, it actually is more moist, contains more mold, bacteria, and you're much more likely to thrive when you've got fresh air, because as I said, it actually contains more oxygen, so it helps you sleep better. Another important tip is to really try and value your sleep. Like, try and put it as a priority in your life where you're regularly saying to yourself, am I staying up too late? Do I have to go out tonight? Making decisions that try and get you in bed at a reasonable time. Obviously you can't do that all the time, but most of the time, if you're making decisions that value you and support you, then you're more likely to be getting to bed at a reasonable time so that you have the opportunity to get the amount of sleep you need. Another one is switch off all your electronic devices. Those electronic devices actually emit what we call electromagnetic frequencies, or EMFs, and they actually reduce the amount of melatonin you produce. You need to produce melatonin to sleep properly. So switch off all your electronic devices. Don't have your phone next to you or some type of clock that's electronic. They need to be switched off. Keep the temperature in your bedroom coolish. So don't sleep with lots of doonas and sleep on a mattress that might be what I call a little bit warm. Try and keep yourself a little bit cool. You're actually more likely to go into a deeper sleep if you do. Another one is, unfortunately, if your partner snores or keeps you awake, you may have to consider separate rooms because you really need to prioritize your sleep. I know it's not the ideal situation, but certainly not getting enough sleep is not the ideal situation either. Stop eating a couple of hours before you go to bed. That actually allows you to have a deeper, more restful sleep. And don't drink any Coke or coffee or tea after 4 p.m. And if you're very sensitive to caffeine, you may have to limit the number of teas and coffees you have during the day. I know I do. I know if I have over 2 or 3 teas or coffees, it really does interrupt my sleep. So only you know how sensitive you are to it. I mean, some people can have a cup of coffee before they go to bed and sleep okay. I'm not one of those people. So the general rule, if you're experiencing problems after 4 p.m, don't have any tea or coffee, any caffeinated beverages, and certainly restrict them during the day. It's always great to get some exercise during the day. That is going to help you to sleep more soundly. Now, the next thing is if you wake up in the middle of the night, it's not time to get up and to start doing some work or watching TV. It's time to do something that actually represents calm. So my recommendations are get a boring book, not one that's going to excite you. Get a boring book, just start doing some reading. Maybe have a very small cup of chamomile tea or something like that. Do some reading until your eyes start to feel droopy, and then you're much more likely to go back to bed and have a sound quality sleep. But do not stay in bed tossing and turning. Tossing and turning in bed just sets up a neural pathway in your brain that you are a poor sleeper and you can't sleep. You need to break that cycle, get out of bed, do something that represents calm until you feel sleepy, and then go back to bed. Now, if all that fails, you need to actually check your medications, because believe it or not, even simple things like vitamins and minerals can actually have an impact on your sleep. So check the medication that you are taking, perhaps visit your medical practitioner and check that there's no side effects, that it could be causing insomnia. And if all that fails and you're still not getting the enough good quality sleep, then I recommend that you get the bioidentical melatonin. Now, I recommend that you get it from a compounding pharmacy. So to do that, you need to go to your doctor, get a prescription for bioidentical melatonin. It is a natural hormone that your body produces, and you take it before bed, 3 milligrams, and it will give you a lovely night's sleep. So again, this is Chanel Hitchcock. I am the author of From Broken to Beautiful, How to Be Calm, Happy and Slim. It is available on Amazon.com and Amazon.com.au. So I look forward to connecting with you next time. Bye.